What's going on YouTube? In this video, we're going to be going over the Bay Area real estate market statistics for August of 2021. If this is your first time in this channel, welcome. My name is Sean, and on this channel, we go over real estate investing tips, strategies, and current events to help you become a real estate investing boss. So if you want to learn more about real estate investing, then definitely subscribe to the channel to see more videos just like this one. So the way we're going to go over these videos is we're going to go over the numbers for Santa Clara County, San Mateo County, San Francisco County, Alameda County, and Contra Costa County. We're going to be looking at the single family and the condo and townhouse markets to kind of see how they are and how they're performing. So if you're looking to buy a property, sell a property, or if you're looking to buy your next investment, then definitely watch this entire video to see which markets you should be focusing on. We pull our numbers directly from the MLS, so these numbers should be as accurate as they come. So without further ado, let's hop on in. So the first county we're going to check out is Santa Clara County. We're going to be looking at residential single family homes and checking things out. All right, so this first graph is the average days on market and the sale to list price ratio. The thin line represents the sale to list price ratio. In this case, it looks like it has gone down by a little bit. So it looks like last month we were close to 110%. This month we're a little bit lower than that, but still not too far off. And what this represents is how much the property actually sell for relative to what it was listed for. So if you look at the actual data here, we see this number as 109.8%, whereas this month was 109.4%. So if you had a property that was listed on the market for $1 million, then on average, the property will sell for 9.4% above that. So you're probably going to sell it for $1,090,000, or in this case, $1,094,000. So again, not too far from where it was last time. On the other chart here, it's days on market. So the average days to sell, it's only 13 days. As you can see, 13, 12, 13. So the market has remained pretty consistent throughout the past 4 months or so. What this represents is when I have a property that's put on the market, how long does it take on average for it to actually get an offer accepted and have it go pending or contingent? So this is actually pretty impressive. In less than 2 weeks, you put a property on the market, someone's gonna come and give you an offer that you accept, and then you go pending waiting for them to close escrow. The lower the days on market, the harder their market is, and of course the higher your sales to list price ratio is, then the harder the market is. So next we're gonna look at months of inventory, and we can see that months of inventory have increased just by a little bit. We're still under 1 month. And so what this statistic means is if I had no more new properties put on the market and properties are still selling at the same pace that they're selling now, then it will take us less than 1 month to sell all of the homes in Santa Clara County, and we would just have no more homes left. Again, the lower your average days on market, the more of a seller's market it is. So in this case here, at last year during the peak pandemic times, we were at 2.5 months. So if no new properties were put on the market during this time, then it would take 2.5 months to sell out all the inventory. So here we have number of homes for sale versus sold. So generally speaking, you want to have these two numbers kind of be similar. You want to have an equal number of homes that are active and an equal number of homes for sale. If one is a lot higher than the other, then you can tell it's more of a buyer's market or more of a seller's market. When it's like this, where you have more green than just red, that means that more homes are being sold than homes are on the market. And so there's just more demand and less supply, and therefore it becomes more of a seller's market. So people need to bid higher and higher. In this case, in April, it was really crazy, right? A lot of properties were being sold and not so many on the market. Well, now it's a little bit coming to normalcy. We have a little bit more properties here going on the market, and you have less properties being sold relative to how it was before. But still, when the green bar is higher than the red bar, you're definitely still in a seller's market here. But you can see this is kind of like what people are saying, where things are slowing down. We're not anywhere near a crash, but things are slowing down from the craziness of April. So if we look at the average sales price over time, we can see that the numbers have actually tapered off a little bit. So we had quite a peak here last month. Now it seems to have gone down close to May numbers. So let's look at the actual data to see what we have. So in May, you were at 2.02 million. And then last month, you're at 2.1 million. And now in July, you're at 2.033 million. So prices have gone down a little bit on average in Santa Clara County for single family homes. All right, so let's do the same thing for condos and townhouses. So you can see here, again, things are pretty similar. Your sales to list price ratio has gone down a little bit relative to what it was before, but it looks like it's gone down by about 1%. So not too crazy, from almost 105 to, honestly, this is probably 0.5%. You're going from maybe 1.047. Let's look at it. Yeah, exactly right. So it looks like you're going from 104.7% to 104.3%. So a 0.4% difference in sales to list price ratio, not super significant. And your days on market have decreased from 19 days to 17 days. So condos and townhouses seem like they're selling a little bit faster than they were before. So if we look at the months of inventory, again, no real significant change. Almost 0.8 to now 1 month on average. Nothing too crazy. Definitely not something like it was last year during peak COVID times. We were at almost 4 months of inventory. So condos and townhouses are selling pretty rapidly. Okay, looking at the number of homes for sale versus sold, they are pretty equal. You have a little bit more inventory now than you did sold, but again, nothing too crazy like it was here last year, where you have a lot of properties that are on the market and not so many being sold. And see, this is the crazy part. Back last year, I was making these videos and I was telling people, now's a great time to buy a condo because people aren't buying it. Now, things have changed and it looks like things are back to normal now. So maybe the opportunity to buy them at a really good price is now gone. Sale price over time, looks like it has decreased by a little bit. Again, maybe we're seeing a bit of a softening in the market where things aren't as hot as they were in the past 3 months. All right, next we're gonna go to San Mateo County, single family homes. And you can see here that things are going up and down a little bit, but again, nothing too significant. Your average sales to list price ratio went from 109% to 109.2% to 110.8, back to 109.5. And your average days to sell have decreased from 18 days to 14 days and then back to 17 days. So again, nothing significant. It looks like we're still in a very hot market relative to where we were in the spring. So the summer months haven't really slowed down the market yet. All right, looking at the months of inventory, it looks like we're almost exactly the same. I think we went from 0.8 to 0.9 to now 1.1. If we look at the number of homes for sale versus sold, we see that we have a little bit more properties that are on the market than we are seeing that have been sold. So again, this is more of that softening that we've seen before, not a crash, just a softening. But it's pretty amazing to see the difference, right? Back in late 2020, we had a lot of properties on the market in San Mateo County, and San Mateo County in general wasn't doing as well as Santa Clara County. But now things have changed, especially during the springtime, and now it looks like it's reverting back to a little bit more active than sold. And look at that sales prices over time. Again, there's been a bit of a retraction from that peak of June of last month. All right, now we're going to San Mateo County condos and townhouses. Well, we can see that there is quite a bit of a jump from the sales to list price ratio of 103.7% to 105.1%. And your days on market are around the same, 23 days, 20 days, and 23 days. And this is your months of inventory have also increased from around 1.2 to 1.6. Your number of homes for sale versus sold, there's still more inventory here than there are properties that are being sold. So this is telling me that maybe it is still a good time to buy condos and townhouses in San Mateo County. So it looks like the market is a little bit softer here than is in other parts of the Bay Area. And look at that sales prices over time. We are seeing a slow decrease from its peak back in May. So let's see how big of a difference this is. So in May, we had 1.08 million and then 1.07 million and now 1.049 million on average. Okay, so let's look at San Francisco County, and we can see here that it looks like the price has gone up quite a bit too, but your days on market have remained the same. So let's see how big of a difference this is here. So from 116%, we're now at 119.1%. So people are paying a lot more for their San Francisco properties. They're paying on average almost 20% over asking price. So a property is listed for $1 million, then someone's gonna buy it for $1.2 million, which is pretty insane. All right, let's look at months of inventory. So it looks like the months of inventory have remained pretty stagnant. It's from 1.5 to 1.6, 1.4 to 1.8. All right, number of homes for sale versus sold. This is interesting to me because this looks more like a buyer's market to me, right? We have more properties on the market than properties being sold. And yet we are seeing this interesting statistic where people are paying 20% over asking in a market where you have a lot more properties on the market than there are being sold. So interesting to note. If we look at the sales price over time, we can see that the market has gone down a little bit here as well. So let's see. From $2.5 million to $2.3 million. So this is almost a 10% decrease from last month. So what this is telling me is that maybe it's a strategy for real estate agents to list their properties super low on purpose so that they can get bid up. But then ultimately the market is still soft in San Francisco. So that's why even though the sales to price ratio looks really nice, in reality, the actual sales price is still going down relative to what it was last month. Condos and townhouses have remained similar. Your days on market have increased a little bit to 36 days. So it's telling me that condos and townhouses in SF still seem like they're in a pretty soft market. Definitely not as easy to get as they were earlier this year, where it was like 66 days on market, but still not too bad. 36 days, you can take your time with a condo and townhouse in SF. So if we look at the months of inventory, we can see that has gone up a little bit too. And this has been a trend. It seems like all of them have gone up. So we can see here that we've gone from 2.6 months to 2.4 to 2.3 and now 3.1 months of inventory. And see, this is where you can tell this is more of a buyer's market because you have so many properties that are listed and only this many are actually being sold. So I still think that it's a great time to buy a condo or townhouse in SF. People are always saying that they can now work from home or work remotely forever. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think more and more companies are going to have people come back to the office once things open up again. And so if you want to get a solid place in a good location, I would say you can pick up a condo or townhouse in SF right now. You can possibly even pay market price, but then it will recover over the next 5 or 10 years. And if we look at the sales price over time, this is pretty remarkable too. It's been pretty flat this whole time. So no crazy peaks, no crazy valleys. So it's just flat at $1.4 million. Okay, so now we're gonna look at the Alameda County single family housing market. The average sales to list price ratio has finally come down for Alameda County. For Alameda County, we've seen this upward trend up, all the way to around 116%. Now it seems like it's gone down to around 115%. Your average days on market is still super low. 12 days on market. So less than 2 weeks, your property can get picked up. All right, looking at the months of inventory here. You have less than 1 month. You're at 0.6, 0.6, 0.7, and now 0.9 months of inventory. So look at the number of homes that are for sale or sold. You can see all these properties being sold in Alameda County. Everyone wants properties in Alameda County because they are super affordable. You get more property for your dollars, and it's not that bad of a commute. So even though I was saying before that people are going to be told to go back in the office, it'll probably be in a limited capacity. So maybe 1 or 2 days a week. And so people don't mind making that 1 or 2 hour long drive from Alameda County to their office in SF if they only have to do it once or twice a week. And so that's why a lot of people are moving out there. They're buying up properties. It's affordable. And that's why you have these crazy competitions. And look at the sales price over time. It looks like it's actually being steady and just going up and down, hovering just under $1.4 million. So if we look at the condo and townhouse market for Alameda County, all right, we can see that it has gone down a little bit as well. So it seems like in general, there's this market softening where properties aren't going up from last month. They're actually going down a little bit. You have a little bit longer days on market. You have your sales to list price ratio going down by just a little bit. Nothing too crazy yet. Months of inventory, okay, let's see. 1.2 months. So yeah, not too crazy from what we've seen before. Number of homes for sale versus sold. We are seeing a little bit more properties on the market now compared to where it was before. And sales price over time has remained pretty steady. $771,000 this month. So for Contra Costa County single family homes, we have a bug in the system for sure. This right here tells me this is a bug. So sometimes we have to just remove some data points because I don't believe that your sales to list price ratio was double on average. That's not possible. But here is probably correct. Your days to sell is 11 days on market. All right, look at that months of inventory. We have 0.8 months. So it looks like, again, the months of inventory are increasing on average across the Bay Area. And you can see here that your number of homes for sale versus sold, we have more properties that are being sold than we have on the market. But this number is catching up. So more and more people are putting their homes on the market. And I suppose less people are actually buying or closing on properties in Contra Costa County. So again, even this dynamic of these changing numbers is considered a softening in the market because you're not in this situation here. We have way more properties being sold than properties on the market. Here, the ratio is a little bit less, even though we do have more properties that are being sold still. And we can see that sales prices over time have increased through the roof. What is this? Average of $1.7 million. This is something fishy here too. But in any case, it'd be cool to see that, look, Contra Costa County average is $1.2 million. So maybe in this past month, only the super luxurious properties got sold in Contra Costa County. I'm not sure. So last but not least, we're gonna go into condos and townhouses for Contra Costa County. And again, you can see here, a bit of a pullback. The number is a little bit lower for your average sales to list price ratio, and your days on market have increased by just a little bit, from 15 to 16 days. Your months of inventory have also increased by a little bit, now are a little bit above 1 month. Your number of homes for sale versus sold have also changed a little bit, so this dynamic of this huge green line versus the smaller red bar is now a little bit closer. In fact, now we have more properties that are active than we have properties that are actually sold. And if we look at the sales price over time, we can see that it's gone down by just a little bit. So it's gone down by $645,000 down to $641,000. So not too significant, but something to note. So in conclusion, it looks like there is a softening. It really is true that the markets are pulling back a little bit relative to their peaks of April, May, and June. But is it super significant? I don't think so. It's just saying that people may be a little bit more tired, or maybe the market can continue sustaining this crazy growth of 120% sales to list price ratio. Is there a crash coming? I don't think so. It just looks like people may be taking a bit of a pause, and they're not going to go as crazy as they were before in the spring. And this is pretty normal. Generally speaking, the real estate market is very cyclical. During the springtime, the market is very hot. During the summer, it contracts a little bit. During the fall, it goes up again. And then in the wintertime, it pretty much dies. So if you want a really good deal, it could be worthwhile to just wait until the wintertime, after Thanksgiving, to then go buying your houses. Otherwise, you're gonna be paying a premium and fighting against all these other buyers who have these great tech jobs and a lot of money, and they just wanting to buy a property somewhere in Alameda or Contra Costa County to compete with you guys. So if you guys are looking for a real estate agent in the Bay Area that can help you out, feel free to contact me. My contact information can be found in the description below. And if you guys have enjoyed this video, do me a quick favor and just take 2 seconds to like the video to let YouTube know that you guys enjoy videos just like this one. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, what are you waiting for? We create videos twice a week to teach you more about real estate investing to help you become a real estate investing boss. So thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts about the real estate market and if it's going to continue going up or if we're going to see a huge pullback in the very near future. Let me know down in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.